From the most distant astronomical object ever discovered to how squids camouflage. These are some of the stories that we talk about on this episode of Scientifics. I am Mohana Basu, and every week on ThePrint Scientifics, I take you through some of the top science stories of the week from across the globe. Scientists have discovered the most distant astronomical object ever, a galaxy located 13.5 billion light years away. Named HD1, the galaxy was discovered by an international team of astronomers, including researchers at the Harvard and Smithsonian. The team has two ideas about the nature of the galaxy. HD1 may be forming stars at an astounding rate and is possibly even home to the universe's very first stars. Alternatively, HD1 may contain a supermassive black hole about 100 million times the mass of our Sun. HD1 is extremely bright in ultraviolet light. At first, the researchers assumed that this galaxy was a standard one, which is a galaxy creating stars at a high rate. But after calculation, they obtained an incredible rate. HD1 would be forming more than 100 stars every single year. This is at least 10 times higher than what is expected from these galaxies. That's when the team began suspecting that HD1 might not be forming normal, everyday stars. In a first, scientists claim to have found fossils of creatures who were killed and entombed on the same day as a giant asteroid struck Earth and wiped out dinosaurs 66 million years ago. The team found a dinosaur limb complete with skin, which is just one of a series of remarkable finds emerging from the site in the US state of North Dakota. Very few dinosaur remains have been found in the rocks that record even the final few thousand years before the impact, which is why it would be extraordinary to have a specimen from the very day of the fateful impact. Along with the leg, the team found fish that breathed in impact debris as it rained down from the sky. They also found a fossil turtle that was skewered by a wooden stake, the remains of small mammals and the burrows they made, skin from a horned triceratops, the embryo of a living pterosaur inside with an egg, and a fragment from the asteroid impactor itself. The findings from the site reveal unprecedented details about what happened that day. Scientists now widely accept that a roughly 12-kilometer wide space rock hit the planet, causing the last mass extinction that wiped out dinosaurs. The impact site has been identified in the Gulf of Mexico, some 3,000 kilometers away from the site in the US. However, the energy imparted in the event was so large that its devastation was felt far and wide. Meanwhile, samples of ocean collected around the world have yielded a treasure trove of new data about RNA, with scientists identifying over 5,500 new RNA virus species. The research reshapes the understanding of how these submicroscopic particles evolved. The team used machine learning analysis to identify over 5,500 new RNA virus species. These represent 5 known virus phyla, and the team suggests at least 5 more phyla are needed to classify all the species. The most abundant collection of newly identified species belong to a proposed phylum researchers named Taraviricota, acknowledging the contribution of 35,000 water samples by the Tara Oceans Consortium, an ongoing global study on both the schooner Tara of the impact of climate change of the world's oceans. While microbes are essential contributors to all life on the planet, viruses that impact or interact with them have a variety of influences on microbial functions. These types of viruses are believed to have 3 main functions: killing cells, changing how infected cells manage energy, and transferring genes from one host to another. Knowing more about virus diversity and abundance in the world's oceans will help marine microbes' role in ocean adaptation and climate change. Also this week, a team of scientists in Chile have unearthed a cache of well-preserved bones of ancient flying reptiles that roamed the Atacama Desert more than 100 million years ago. The remains belong to pterosaurs, flying creatures that lived alongside dinosaurs. The team at University of Chile has been searching for pterosaurs for years. Usually, pterosaurs are found isolated. The discovery sheds light on how pterosaurs behaved in groups. Most of the bones have been found flattened and broken, but the team was able to recover some 3D bones from the site. This will help the scientists better understand pterosaur anatomy. The discovery also shows that pterosaurs were once widespread in northern Chile. Also this week, researchers have for the first time recorded a squid changing its color to camouflage to match a substrate as a way of avoiding predators. So far, octopus and cuttlefish were the only cephalopods known to be able to camouflage. The researchers from Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology paved the way for further research into how squids see and perceive the world around them. Squid usually hover in the open ocean. The team wanted to find out what happens when they move a bit closer to a coral reef or if they are chased by a predator on the ocean floor. Squids are hard to keep in captivity, which is why this kind of research has been avoided so far. But since 2017, this team has been culturing the species of oval squids in captivity. When in open ocean, they are light in color, meaning that they blend into the ocean surface and flickering sunlight above. But the researchers suspected that when they moved closer to the ocean floor, it would be a different story entirely. The camouflaging was accidentally observed by researchers when they were cleaning their tank to remove algal growth. They noticed that the animals were changing color depending on whether they were over the clean surface or the algae. Following this observation, the researchers performed a controlled experiment. They kept several squid in tank and cleaned half of the tank, leaving the other half covered with algae. They placed an underwater camera inside the water and suspended a regular camera above so they could capture and run statistical tests on any color changes. The team found that when the squid were in the clean side of the tank, they were the light color, but when they were above the algae, they became darker. The experiment uncovered an ability that had never previously been reported in squid. That's all for this week. This is Mohana Basu, special correspondent at ThePrint. If you like our work, do consider paying for a subscription to ThePrint. You can do so through the link in the description box below.